Hi everyone, it's Manda here, and today I'm here with Justine from mymuybueno, and she is a crew agent and entrepreneur. She's got a whole bunch of businesses in the luxury lifestyle industry, and she's also an author about to bring out an amazing book, and she's just an incredible human that's got so much to give. But I'll let you introduce yourself. Welcome, Justine. So honoured to have you here.
Hi, Amanda. Thank you very much for having me. So we've got Jacob, who's just come to suss out what's going on over here as well. Say hi.
Hi, Jacob.
So yes, I'm Justine, and I'm the owner of mymuybueno. Many people know me as a crew agent for our mymuybueno private chefs agency that's been running for many years. We celebrated our 8-year birthday last December. And then also, of course, the cookery school in Palma too, where we train lots of yacht chefs and everything else going on, I guess. All things good food and good people related. That's what we're about.
So amazing. And so at the moment as well, you're a full-time mum, well, always a full-time mum. You're homeschooling your kids and have had to temporarily shut down quite a few businesses, and you're still very positive and amazing, and you're making, because you've got the cookery school and you're a chef and very involved in that, like I'm seeing you making these amazing videos and such great content with the kids online, and you're bringing out this amazing cookbook, I hear. Like, tell us everything that's going on. You've got a pretty good outlook on everything right now.
Thank you. I mean, it hasn't come straight away. It's after a week of, I think, not being in my pajamas every day. All of us were in our pajamas for the first few days. I'm sure many echo that, unless they're on the boat working right now, and they couldn't do that. But yeah, the first few days obviously was a great big blur, just trying to comprehend what was going on. And then having a bit of a wobble. I'd held it together until last weekend, where it just really hit me, and I just couldn't stop the tears, really. You know, this is my baby, it's my business, it's everything that I've worked so hard to build up and grow. And, you know, it's my firstborn, it's my first baby. And so the impact that it's had on the business and all of my team and everyone, and then everyone else, the industry, and has really it's been devastating. But I think after having that release, which I needed, I just kind of picked myself up again. And, you know, like we all have to at the end of the day when we go through any sort of trauma or upset, and kind of it gave me some clarity of how I was going to handle things in these coming weeks, just to make sure that, you know, everyone in my team could be looked after. And just while we've had to hit a great big pause button right now with recruitment and the cookery school and the deli and everything, you know, to go, right, what can we actually do right now? And the one thing that we've got is each other. And I'm a chef, I cook, and I've got my cookbook that I've been working on for the last year, testing all of my recipes to be able to share them with people on a bigger scale. And I was going to be putting off the launch of the book until after everything was over. But then suddenly the realization that right now is the right time, because getting everyone cooking at home, cooking with their families, cooking for themselves, enjoying food, being inspired by my recipes, and sharing that right now is more important than ever. So I'm doing these videos because there's not much else to be doing with our time. So therefore, by using it in a good way and having my boys involved means that we can be helping people, giving those recipes to people right now before the book is even out, to start following them, cooking, being resourceful, looking at what you can be using first, and making delicious food that can be, you know, adapted or frozen for another meal, or trying to be more cost effective at this time as well while we're on lockdown, and using that in a way that's good and it's fruitful and it's going to help people so much more.
So that's an interesting point, because when we look at you and your brand and your deli, it's very gourmet. Like, you go into that deli and it's beautiful. It's like, you know, it's very gourmet, and your brand is luxury lifestyle. So I guess when people see a cookbook from you, they'd be expecting pretty high-end meals, you know, which is like the sort of cuisine area you hang out in. But so how's this, is this book going to be appropriate for families? Because I know your kids are involved and you do seem to make meals with them, but how's that going to work?
This book is for everyone, whether you're cooking for your crew on a yacht, or you're a mum cooking for your family, or you are just on your own cooking for yourself and your partner. It's real food, it's everyday food. So because we've got obviously My Muy Bueno spans from kind of bottom end, which is much more accessible for your housewives, whether it's coming to do a course with us, coming to the deli and you're just a yoga bunny or a yummy mummy, you know, it's accessible real food. And then obviously we go up further through the chain with the chef agencies and our My Muy Bueno chef platform and everything else, which is kind of targeting high-end chefs in the culinary world. So my food and everything in my book is for everyday cooking, everyday eating, healthy food, because it's completely refined sugar-free. Since being a mummy, seeing the impact of my children having refined sugar horrified me. And that's why I rolled it out to my deli as well a couple of years ago to take away all the processed sugar. And then all of my desserts, much like at the deli, are plant-based too. Just not wanting, you know, everything's healthy, and I have like, you know, there's no cow's milk in the book, because since I stopped cow's milk, my psoriasis that I've struggled with for over 10 years stopped instantly. So we're all about the almond, the rice, and the coconut milk in our house. And in the book, it uses plant-based milk as well. But it's everything from, you know, probably about 80% of the book is plant-based, but then there's also Thai curries and beef massaman and lamb stew and fillet of beef and other things as well. The whole kind of premise of the book is trying to encourage people to mix and match dishes to put on the table for everyone to tuck into and enjoy. So the heart of the book is about breaking bread, but also I give people kind of easy swap outs as well. So how easy, you know, I've tested the whole book with gluten-free flour, for example. So it's so easy that you just swap over for gluten-free flour or gluten-free oats, or you can take the chicken and put extra veggies in. So just giving or taking out the fish sauce from a paste, for example, to make it vegan. So keeping it very easy to adapt, making it really accessible to everyone, and really easy and simple to follow recipes that are aimed at just your home cook, and focuses on just good flavor, easy steps, and really delicious results that everyone can enjoy.
Oh, that's amazing. And so
it's a very long answer to your question.
No, it's perfect. And that's what people want to hear, because, you know, you do, when you sort of look at your luxury lifestyle brand, you're going to think it's going to be all caviar and, I don't know, posh foods. And right now we're limited. We're going to be buying local, and we're going to be buying from our local BIPs or our local, you know, supermarkets, or hopefully local producers. So it's nice to know that it's going to be resourceful and fun. And something that I love about you and watching your videos that I just adore is you kind of kill two birds with one stone. Because I know I don't have kids, as you know, but a lot of my friends with kids struggle at meal times, because they're like, do I get the TV out and let the kids have the TV while I cook dinner? But you kind of make cooking and meal preparation a whole family event, and you all get together and make it fun. And right now, we're kind of looking for activities to do with the kids, and because they've been on their screens all day now they're being homeschooled, right? So what a great idea, like to make it a big family cook-up. Because does that make it mean they're going to eat more of it, and they're more interested in the food as well?
I find that they are much more, you know, because they're invested, because they've been a part of the learning of seeing it come together, then they enjoy it so much more, because they've put into it. I think the biggest one that always gets me, and it really feels rewarding, you know, they help me with lots of different elements, you know, even if it's washing the fruit and vegetables, and other, you know, hot stuff. If I'm in the kitchen doing a lot of stuff, then obviously they'll help with kind of the basic things. But when we do baking together, especially, watching their faces from the comprehension that we've taken flour and we've taken, you know, we're not doing it with eggs or butter even. So we're using things like flaxseed and ground chia seeds and flax seeds, and almonds and different nuts and fruits to be able to make these delicious cakes. And their satisfaction on their faces when we bring it together, from the ingredients to the steps of putting everything together to taking it out of the oven and eating it. And they kind of swell up with this sense of pride and achievement. And it's amazing. And then of course they're spurred, you know, what are we going to make now? You know, and it's like, well, no, tomorrow we'll make something else. We can't make it all in one day. But it's really rewarding as a parent. It bonds you together in a different way. And it's something physically that they're doing, but their brains are learning new skills, and the comprehension of what different ingredients do. And so, yeah, it's learning without feeling like it's learning. And it just encourages them to have a healthier relationship with food as well, which is really important.
So good. So awesome. And so when are we going to see this book? How do we first, and so you're doing these videos as well. So you can are you sharing recipes on Instagram and Facebook?
I am on both my mymuybueno Instagram and then the mymuybueno Facebook page. So it shares to both. Yeah. And sharing so far, I've done my leek and potato soup. I've done my wake up juice from the deli, which is super hydrating and very delicious. We've done the carrot cake. Today we're going to be doing maple pecan banana muffins, using up all those ripe bananas that we have. And then going to be doing a dal later, a spicy dal as well. So going to keep on sharing every day, doing new videos that everyone can tune into, cook along to, and buy, because I was doing them on my Instagram story, but then people were asking again, can I have the recipe? There's no record of it. So I realized by doing a video, people at least can go back to it or watch it in their own time. And of course it doesn't expire and disappear. And that seems to be, yeah, doing really, yeah, I'm getting nice feedback, which is really nice.
Amazing. And then when's the book going to be out?
So the book is, you can pre-order it on Amazon at the moment. It's out on the 16th of April. But obviously we've had a bit of a jigger aim, so you can still, if you're not in Mallorca, you can order it online and have it delivered from Amazon UK. But I've asked for a shipment to come here to me, and then I plan to send my husband out doing deliveries and dropping them at everyone's doors is the plan of action.
Well, it is an emergency. It's going to be an essential supply and nearly coming under a healthcare product by that stage. So I think it's granted that he's out and about delivering those books, in all seriousness, actually. Yeah,
exactly. More getting masked up and gloves on, and yeah, going and dropping them off. So then at least the ones that are over here, I can sign and put a message inside them, and we can get them out to everyone who orders them to really get cooking from them in every way. And it's and just be inspired really, you know, by kind of all the elements of the book, all the elements that I share about my mymuybueno philosophy on how I live my life and how I've grown my business. Just, you know, general rules that I've kind of found that work for me, that help me live a better quality of life, and just trying to share that with others too. And just, you know, an example, it's kind of getting rid of the naysayers, crossing your T's and dotting your I's, getting your ducks in a row, which is a very big one that I always say. So it's all my little isms, and just sharing those with people too. So you're not just enhancing your life through the food, but then also with everything else around you too.
Because that's that's something I love about you. You've got so much behind you. You've got such a message to share with the world, which we'll probably have to do another interview on. But I love the way, once again, now more than ever, we need that book, not just for the recipes, but for the whole ethos behind it. You know, to really, what we need now is, you know, community and togetherness and strength and leadership. And I know your book's going to be giving more than just recipes. And on that note, I'd like to actually ask some advice, because let's step into another one of your superpowers now, is that you're an incredible entrepreneur, but you've also, you know, while you're glowing, you look like you've just had the best day ever. Meanwhile, you've got premises and businesses all over the world that you've had to just shut, you know. So you're a very accomplished businesswoman in the yachting community and globally. So many of us right now are sitting at home trying to ignore the fact that, you know, we're paying thousands in rent, that we're shut businesses, that products aren't moving, that our clients aren't being served, and there's a lot of what ifs. So, you know, and people are getting sacked every hour, every day. You know, people are losing jobs. What knowledge? Well, you've obviously done a bit of work. You've been through the motions, you know, because I think in Spain we're a little bit of ahead of our friends in England and Australia and New Zealand with the emotional aspects of closing business temporarily at this time. So what's been your journey, and what are your pearls of wisdom there?
I think, I mean, it's been devastating, and watching, I mean, the layers that unfolded for me within, because we have so many different threads to My Muy Bueno and what we do, and different communities and different people, and watching each and every one of them just start peeling back so quickly. It all happened within about 48 hours. You know, I mean, obviously we had to immediately close. We closed the deli on the Saturday. I was in England on the Thursday night. That very week, I had already, from being in London, I had seen how serious things were over there. And so when I was in London, I called, and we had sanitizers put in the deli for the customers, in the cookery school for students, like big heavy duty sanitizers with 70% alcohol. Same in the office. I also rolled out a no touching rule as well in that week. No hugging, no handshaking. We stopped doing face-to-face interviews with chefs and stews in our office, reverting to just starting to take precautions and measures, making sure we were checking which students were coming to our school and where they had been already, any of the most infected areas, if they'd traveled there, that we had to say, you know, unfortunately, you'll have to stay where you are and stay in isolation. So we started to have to kind of roll out these procedures in the week kind of running up to things. And then I came back from the UK, and it just started to snowball. So we've had to close the deli straight away on the Saturday. Then we had to close the school. Then my own children were off school. And then very quickly, all of the chefs and stews that we had on interviews for My Muy Bueno private chefs and My Muy Bueno interior for med-based roles all went on hold. Boom. So then everyone was messaging saying, what do I do? What do we do? You know, and have I lost the job now? Have I lost the opportunity? And I just said, look, let's just press hold, press pause. That's how this feels. Everything's just going to have to just go on pause, and we just suspend. We're all here and holding on in the air in suspension until we know more information. And of course, at this time, you know, no captain, no client could give us any answers. We were just all starting to get more and more information at the enormity of this. But very quickly it hit here in the Med. Obviously the travel implications started to kind of roll in as well, that people couldn't even fly. People were having difficulty getting home. At the time, then the roles that we were having in that were actually moving still were over in the States, but only for candidates who were already within the walls of the States. And then even then, very quickly, within another couple of days, that all ground to a halt as well. And that very night, I think it was after Boris spoke in the UK, we had 3,000 chefs check in that evening. I remember posting on my story going, wow, I've never seen anything like this. You know, we had chefs starting to just lose jobs, crews being let go, owners, you know, having to make quick decisions, just how catastrophic, you know, how quickly things could change and start unraveling and impacting everyone, and staying in contact with chefs who are concerned about, I had one chef who was, you know, has a wife, a pregnant wife back home, and should I leave my job to go home to her? And it's like, stay in your job. If you have a job, you stay in it. This is money, it's job security. And that was pretty much my mantra. You know, everything else has stood still. And if you have a job, you just stay put. That's really important. You know, you're safe and you have money coming in. That's a great place to be, because a lot of people right now are not in that situation. So, and then everything else now, it's just keeping good communication. So every day I'm messaging with all of our candidates and trying to keep people positive, and just making sure the number one emphasis right now is stay safe. You know, it's the most important thing. Our health, stay safe, stay inside, stay healthy. And yes, we're all concerned. We're all worrying about the other stuff, but it's all so much bigger than any of us. And to waste our energy consuming, allowing the whole situation to consume us is not healthy. We can't do anything about it. We just have to sit it out. We need to come out the other side together. And, you know, we've got these amazing, strong communities. Amazing. You know, I'm doing a talk tomorrow on my Women in Business group here in Mallorca for women here. I'm in contact with the community of chefs and stews in our industry. Then we've got my Instagram, and then the chefs on an Instagram. And right now, the one thing to do, I find, is what can we do ourselves to be just helping each other in this time? You know, while everything else is pressed pause and there's no money coming in, well, let's just use this time and make it fruitful. So just keeping good communication with everyone, staying positive. You know, there is the light at the end of the tunnel. We don't know when we're going to get there, but we know we will. And everyone is literally, excusing the pun, but in the same boat together. We all are. This isn't isolated for just one company or one family or one individual person. So I think there's going to be this massive collective unity of everyone really coming together now on the other side of this, just like they are now. I mean, it's so refreshing seeing Facebooks. There's people playing on their guitars, there's other people cooking and sharing what their skills are, and there's other people offering advice, other people offering free design services. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. It's amazing. And I think just keeping on doing that is really important. And that in itself spurs us on. It's going to keep us positive. It's going to give us purpose every day for why we're getting up each day. And we just all have to mooch through this together, one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. And when we come out the other side, we will pick the pieces up, and we will just slowly take one little step at a time to move forward.
Oh, so beautiful. I think people really needed to hear that. And another thing, yeah, thanks. That was amazing. I think another thing is, some people may be listening to you thinking, how do you do it though? Like, I know so many of my clients and good friends that work from home with kids at the moment. It can be, sorry for any kids listening right now, but it can be pretty stressful for mum and dad when you've got 100 of your people that you're serving and you're running a business and you want to check your emails, and then you're trying to homeschool the kids. How do you stay present and not be like, mummy's on an email? And how do you juggle everything? Do you set up, like, I was talking to one client yesterday, and she was setting up her own timetable like you have at school. So she was allowing herself, you know, dot to dot to work on the kids' school. And then, you know, okay, kids, you have to go and play or get a movie even now, or read a book or have quiet time so mum can check emails. And she we felt it was really important that we bring structure into that environment. You seem also in flow with everything. Like, how do you structure it, or are you just sort of seeing how it goes at the moment?
I think there's elements of structure. So we've got, you know, every day we're doing cooking, every day we're doing some painting, every day we're doing homework. Excuse me. Every day we'll all snuggle up and watch a film. So there's no fixed time structure, unless it's kind of from the school and we're having to work around that and work that into our day. But also kind of just having the kind of you know, just a bit more relaxed about it really at this time. It's the first time I'm not wearing a watch in my life. It's other than bedtime, and and I'm really enjoying that. I'm enjoying not having any time restrictions on my day. I'm really enjoying, you know, I'm naturally waking up when my body's waking me up, because I don't need to jump out of bed at silly o'clock in the morning to get a whole load of work done before the day starts. So I think, and then just enjoying the flow that we are all having as a family without those restrictions has been really nice for all of us, I think. But the routine, making sure we're having a shower and getting dressed, that's really important, because in the beginning, the days that we weren't doing that, I found myself even, you know, you start feeling low, and, you know, the day just disappears and all you want to do is watch TV. And that's when all the negative feelings can kind of start washing over you. And that's not healthy. And recognizing that and saying that it's okay to have a day like that as well on the flip side, but just you know, trying to be getting up, having that, you know, starting your day, you know, we always start our day the mymuybueno way, and everyone gets dressed and we'll go and make our juice together and hydrate ourselves, and then obviously load up on the coffee next, and then that's it. And the boys naturally want to go and play and start doing something, which is a great time for me to get my head down and do some emails. My husband has gotten really into making sourdough. He's literally making a loaf a day at the moment. So it's brought out this kind of, it's amazing. So I've really gotten into doing acrylic paint pouring, which I've wanted to do for the last year and a half. So, and I've had the paints and not had the time. So it's been really good. We're kind of really enjoying introducing things into our life that are really fulfilling us and filling our cup up in ways that we never thought we would, you know. So that's so I think we've got our own routine down pat, but also not being upset if we didn't get a chance to do something, or if the boys are, you know, maybe their homework was quite grueling, then we'll kind of lay off doing the other kind of homeworks or cards that we're meant to be doing as well. It's hard, you know, because then obviously they are, you know, my youngest said to me, Mummy, is there a sickness in the world? You know, and this is my 5-year-old asking, you know, and we've been, without overwhelming them with information, we've explained in basic detail why we are all home, why school is closed, so that they have an understanding. Anything else kind of, you know, we leave to my husband and I, only ever talking about it when they're not around. That's the rule. You know, regardless what it's about, you know, about even the deli being closed at the moment, and, you know, business or the offices or staff or anything, it's not a conversation for their ears, because I don't want them taking things on and having kind of fear inside them in any way about stability or anything. So yeah, but they've got a basic understanding and understand why we're home and why we're not going to school and doing everything else. And that's why things like Zoom, like what we're doing now, being able to do that with their school friends is fantastic, because, you know, just as much as it's important for each of us to be having contact at this time and keeping communication going with people, you know, for ourselves and for them, and having that kind of, having someone to lean on at this time is so important. It's equally important for them to be comprehending this situation in a smaller way, but then still being able to see their friends and reach out and be learning. It makes you even more thankful for technology than ever before, really.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we're so thankful for you. There's been so many pearls of wisdom in this. So, such a great interview. We'll put the links so everyone can find you below, so everyone can have a look and see. So you're doing a recipe every day?
Every day, sometimes more if we've got the time or if we're on a roll. But yeah, usually every day I'll be doing a recipe, or also doing videos, just sharing tips about things that can be helping people right now too.
Amazing. So yeah, we'll definitely put the links below. So please follow Justine. She's so inspirational, and there's so much wisdom there for the family, just how to have a bit more fun and make meals really special, and yeah, just live with a really simple purpose, to be together. And I love that's basically the message I've got from you today. And you're so soul driven and so heartfelt, and I think there'll be a lot of people. I hope this interview inspires thousands of people to start cooking together and breaking the bread, as you say.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Amazing. All right. Well, we'll do another interview again soon. Thank you so much. This is Justine
Thank you, Manda.
from mymuybueno. Muy bueno.
Mymuybueno. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I'll get the accent right. Thank you so much. We'll speak to you soon.